On to better news. There's a whole hour and 3 minute video of going deeper with Jeremiah.
Yeah, put it on, put it on. Go ahead and share it on the thing. Go ahead and share it on the thing.
Let me go
Go ahead and
ahead.
share
Let me
it.
go ahead and set up. Let me go ahead and set up for the reaction. Turn this camera off. Let's see. Share screen. Let me turn this camera on. You the only person I will ever sell to. That's love, bro. That's love, gang. That's love, bro. Almost made me shed a tear in this bitch like Taylor,
I
nigga.
mean, niggas could drop a follow in my shit.
And yes, they are on. I'm still waiting for my 500. What 500, bro? What you mean 500? Still waiting on your 500? What, bro? Niggas is broke, gang. 500 what? Let me go here. Properties. YouTube. Okay.
All right, hold on. I gotta pee real quick. I'll be right back.
Let me know when you ready, bro.
I'm ready again.
You can see it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Ah! TJ is light skin? All right, Adrian.
Welcome to another episode of the Biofiles Going Deeper Edition. I am your host, Nick, and this is obviously an episode we are all excited to listen to. Jeremiah Brown is our
Mm-hmm.
guest. We are happy to be the first
Can
to
you play
interview him and
a
lots to
game?
break down this
I ain't gonna lie,
episode.
Riley. This is important times. I'm gonna have to
What
kick
was I
you
say?
out. I'm
What's
sorry.
going on, bro? What's going on,
Come
bro?
on. I'm doing something very important right now. You can come back a little later. You got something very important going on. I'll come get you when you come back, okay?
Bro, we
Okay.
need to be locked in for an hour, gang. What's going on?
My fault, my fault, my fault, my fault,
We
my
need to be
fault, my
locked in for
fault,
an
my
hour. Now I
fault,
gotta
my fault, my
restart it, bro.
fault,
We
my
gotta be
fault.
locked in for an hour, bro. Lock your door, bro. Lock your
I
door, bro.
locked it, I locked it, I locked it, I locked it, I
All
locked it,
right,
I
bro.
locked it, I locked it. We locked in, we locked in, we locked in now, we locked in now.
Oh, this is a notable podcast. I'm seeing notable people here.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a special episode of the Biofiles Going Deeper Edition. I am your host, Nick, and this is obviously an episode we are all excited to listen to. Jeremiah Brown is our guest. We are happy to be the first to interview him and lots to break down this episode. Obviously, things happen fast at the villa, and so sadly, my wife and co-host, who's usually here with me for our Going Deeper episodes, is not with us. She's traveling today, but we wanted to make sure that we
W
could
wife,
get
W
this
wife.
interview out to you as
W
soon as
wifey.
possible. So Jeremiah is coming to you shortly. If you are new to the Biofiles and you are here to listen to Jeremiah,
No free
snap
sub, no
into
free
this
sub.
episode right now. It's binge worthy. Every Tuesday and Thursday are reality recap episodes covering your favorite reality TV shows like Love Island, your favorite pop culture topics, and we interview a variety of guests from reality TV stars to celebrities, musicians, and more. And on
Is there
Wednesdays,
any way
we
you could
have
turn the
our
video
Don't
up, like
Interview.
audio up?
I ain't
Okay.
gonna lie. I came out of
This
there.
is low as shit for me on mine.
Unceremonious exit or
Better?
what is it like? Yeah, what is it? Just a like what's
Yeah.
going on? I'm just like I'm trying to get a sense of your headspace right now.
Honestly, my headspace is I'm definitely leaning.
W Jeremiah, probably one of the best castmates to ever come out of Love Island.
Fuck Jeremiah. I'm still Jeremiah K.
That's crazy. This man is so inspirational. We love Jeremiah around this motherfucker. We love Jeremiah
Bro,
Langford.
we don't care. We do not
My
care.
light skinned brethren. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even light skinned, but if I was light skinned, it'd be my light skinned brethren.
We do
Towards
not
more
care.
gratitude because I ain't
Okay.
gonna lie. When I came out of there that first night, I was pissed. Like I was trying to keep it calm, cool, and collected, leaving, but I was pissed because I was like, damn, my comeback story, got
This
cut.
nigga face look AI, don't it?
It does look AI as shit. But it looks like it's like plastic.
It's like cartoonish
Yeah,
still.
You know
bro. It looks
what?
like
I
it's
was
like
doing things,
clay.
right this time, and I still got the boot. So I was like, damn, bro, I was low-key mad. But then the more, I'm talking to my family, I'm talking to people here, and they've been amazing. So now I'm just
I'd have been mad too,
excited to
nigga.
see what's been going on because I don't know. I've heard bits and pieces, but I don't know like a lot was going on because I still don't have my phone. But yeah, no, I'm just right. I know I'm just like gratitude. That's all I can
Well,
really
that's
say.
good that you're in
Gratitude.
that headspace. Yeah, it's I have a lot of respect for all of you guys because I just don't think people fully appreciate Like it's just not normal what you guys go through,
No,
right?
Absolutely
It's
not.
like, I mean, first of all, like getting famous
He'll
on the
be
ITV
alright, man.
is a
He'll be
trip.
alright.
Hold on. I heard some crazy shit a while ago, maybe on one of the last seasons, that like they're there, like everything needs to be filmed, right? So in moments that they're not filming, they can't be together.
Huh?
So like in moments when they're not like they probably film a lot of shit, but there's a lot of shit that they don't film that we just don't see.
Alright.
If they're not together, like or if they're not filming, they can't be together. Like they're separating boys and girls so they don't miss out on content potentially.
Hmm.
Is what one of the past Love Islanders said.
I mean, I guess, but like,
That was on UK version. I don't know if it's the same in USA. I would assume
it's
you follow the same protocols, the same
probably
company,
the same. Probably the same. I'm not gonna lie, but
which
like,
is kind of nuts. But I mean,
Already,
I
but
guess
like you guys, you're getting famous in real time. You know, most people, they go on a show, they film it, they get done, they go back to their families. That's just like a whole whirlwind. They get some
excuse
time to
me,
like get back
sheesh.
to normal. Then like a few months later it airs. That's a whole different experience, but you kind of prep for it, right? You can and then like you can be
Yeah.
with your family while like you're online, and then here you just come out, to the fucking noise, and it's crazy, man. Well, before we get into all the Love Island stuff,
bro, light
I
skin or
really got to
Hispanic,
know
just light
you.
skin. I think
Yeah,
Like I think people are dying to know who's Jeremiah Brown. How did you end up on
yeah.
the show? Everyone's got an opinion. Like people come out of the woodwork and be like, I know that guy, I know this guy. So I just love to
Oh, okay,
people to
okay.
hear it from you. So let's just start with the obvious low-hanging fruit questions. Like how did you, Jeremiah, end up on Love Island?
How I ended up on Love Island? Basically, I had just moved to LA 2 years ago, and they reached out 2 years ago, but I had a girlfriend at the time, so I was like, I can't do it. I'm not
Love
doing that
Island.
shit. Da, da, da.
Wait, Love Island reached out to him.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. He got emotion for that.
Ocean. That's that's nuts.
Nah,
Nah, Love Island
but
reach
they
out to
reached
you,
out
gang?
after we had broken
What
up.
kind
That's
of
kind of
emotion you
crazy.
Yeah,
got?
I can say she broke up with me like a month
He
after.
and he just moved out there too.
No, facts. That's what I'm
I
throwing.
was like, you know what, this would be
The fuck?
something just to get me back out there, just to get me back out there.
Yeah.
And like, it seemed like a cool opportunity. Like I've seen, couples come out of it, and I was like, okay, this seems like the actual legitimate thing to do. And yeah, I got a DM on Instagram. I was like, let's do it.
Man
And
got
then, I just
DM'd on
kept
Instagram.
progressing
DM from Love
doing
Island.
things, and it just kind of kept me after getting broken up with. You're kind of sad, so it just kept me like something to like hope for, hold on to, I guess. And it kind of
Okay.
got me on my funk because I was like, okay, let me go, not date around, but talk to girls to get myself back in the flow. So
Did
yeah.
they like follow up with you because they noticed like, oh, this guy was posting with this girl and now he's not posting, or did you kind of hit them up, be like, hey, well, I'm single now?
No, they reached back around. That's why I'm so
Bro,
much
this
fun.
man's
They
face looks
reached-
plastic.
They reached back around. They hit him up on the first and he had a girlfriend. Then they followed up with him.
Nah, they was thirsty for this. And I don't know what
They was
Love
thirsty
Island
for that
wanted
nigga.
bro
That's
so
crazy.
much for, but
You would have thought he was a bitch the way they was in the DMs.
Nah, facts.
That's
bro.
kind of crazy.
Respect from because they
Yeah, man,
double
Kim
checked.
K.
Like, hey,
Man,
are
Ruby
you single
Rose.
yet? Okay, basically.
Oh,
in a
God.
weird way. And then also, one of the producers, Ben, I work with this jewelry company, Jackson, and like he gets the emails, and he was like, "Who is this guy?" So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. Like he wanted to know who I was, and then they'd also already reached out to me.
At that point, you were pretty like
The man
dead
was
set
getting
on,
double
like, you're like,
penetrated to be on the show.
Is that kind of gay?
That it was a little AO, but we'll let it slide.
Nah, I mean not what you just said. That was obviously AO. But I'm talking like the Ben producer. Like,
No,
is
yeah,
the nigga was
I know what you were
like
saying.
he was like, damn, Jeremiah, you just look so good.
You
We
look
gotta
so
get
good.
you
We
on
need
the
you.
show.
I know what you were saying.
I
I know
fuck
what I
with it.
said was AO, but I'm saying I agree also that what they were saying is AO. Yeah, because what the fuck?
Not crazy. I also turned down Love Island. All right, bro.
I wish you could see my
Look.
face.
All right, bro.
Cause
You want
bro,
niggas
fuck
from-
out of here, bro.
right,
Like, bro, who's
Look,
Monkey
niggas from
Kid?
Love Island not hitting a nigga up from Boynton Beach.
What? Well, actually, I don't
Right.
know. Bro got on there from both.
Bro is
so.
from yeah, he is. I mean, that's Boca though, and he's from the mountains of Caucasus.
That is true. That is true. They're
A
not
little bit
coming to
different.
find no nigga.
let's do this if they ask me.
Yeah, for the most part. I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty scary because I'm like, damn, I don't want to go in there and embarrass myself But I at the point I was just like, I am who I am. I feel like I've done a lot of work on myself, so if I go fuck up, then that's who I am, I guess. So I was just like, let's do it. It seems like an amazing opportunity, once in a lifetime. Like being one of 5, it was just like the biggest blessing I ever could imagine. So that's where
Were you a fan of the show? Like, did you watch it much, or were you just like kind of familiar?
Be the number one
What
question.
homework did you do going in?
Oh yeah, I was definitely familiar because my little sisters, and actually all my sisters have watched the UK version and a little bit of the USA.
Dang,
And when
everybody
they
on
said
the UK
the end,
version
they
except
started
for
freaking the hell
me.
out, and I was like,
Bro,
"What?
the UK version, you
What's
missing
that?"
out. I'm
And
not
so
gonna
then I
lie.
walked by them, and they've been watching it. Like I hear the accents, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" So I've seen it a little bit, and then I was definitely familiar with it. I watched 3 episodes of season 6, and I was like, I think if I watch any more, I'm gonna psych myself out of it. So I just watched 3 episodes and was like, let's go see what
Yeah,
this is
right. It's
about.
always like a balance.
And that right there explains some of the dumbass shit Jeremiah be doing in that villa.
Pretty
This
much,
nigga
yeah.
don't do his homework, bro. He don't do his homework. How are you not prepped? How are you not prepped? Going to a new experience like this, I don't get that. That shit don't make no sense.
He wasn't ready, bro. He just wasn't ready, bro. It's just
He
that
was just
simple,
doing,
bro. He just wasn't that
he was
ready.
just
He
doing
wasn't
shit
ready.
to do shit, bro. I don't understand that.
Between like it feels like Ace did a lot of homework. Sorry, Ace.
Nah,
I
Ace
was
did a
moving
lot
on.
of
See,
homework.
But
he
yeah,
did a lot of
it's the
homework.
Ace
balance
did his
between
homework,
like
no doubt.
knowing what you like, knowing what you're getting into. I always tell people like in reality TV or like certainly I always tell fans, right? Because like a lot of fans will love to be like, well, they know what they signed up for. I'm like, when it comes to shows like this, you have no idea what this is like until you experience
I
it.
can agree with
Like
that
it's
though.
just if you know,
Yeah,
you
no, for
know, and if
sure.
you don't, like no,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
watch a million shows and like it's just not the same being in it versus like being a fan of it. And like it doesn't matter what your contract says, it doesn't matter what a producer might say to what you can expect. Like, going there and being in that crazy environment is no one knows what it's like until they set foot in that universe.
yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. You mentioned earlier that you've done a lot of work on yourself, and like
yeah,
obviously this is a show that it's fun, it's scandalous, it's messy, but it's a
yeah,
dating show, right? And like
yeah,
everyone who watches this show, like why we love these shows, why we love reality TV is because like it's a fantasy way to like look at dating and like in real time culture, right? And I think obviously fans, and I hope you remember this when you get your phone back. It's just like listen. Fan is short for fanatic. So whether someone's there telling you how great you are or telling you you're a piece of shit, they
Oh, he
don't
get his
know who
phone
you
back?
are. You know what I'm
What the
saying? They're
fuck?
just fans. They don't know, right?
Well,
But we do
Taylor's
as
a piece of
fans because
shit.
everyone who's watching is just
Hands
projecting,
down.
right? They're just
Piece of shit.
projecting
I
like
don't like
they're
him.
watching it because either you remind them of someone they dated that screwed them over, that you remind them of themselves.
mhm,
We like to watch you guys make fools of yourself or like
yeah,
you
yeah,
know be vulnerable because it's just easier to watch you do that than like look in the mirror and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But that all being
definitely.
said, like your fans, I think a lot of people who are fans of you, here they saw that. How old are you again?
25. I just turned
25, right?
25.
So they saw this young
Damn.
man in his 25s, good looking guy, right? Like, I'm assuming you've
He look
gotten this
older than
before where
25,
like,
ain't he?
Yeah, he
you
looks
got a
like
face card where it's
27.
just like he's probably a douchebag, like
Hey
he's
yo,
he's too good looking
he
not
pretty
to
much
be,
just
you know
call
what I'm
him.
saying?
He
Like
just called him
maybe
fun
hell,
shit.
like, when I was
That's that's
He
fucking nuts.
100% just called another man fun
That's,
shit to his face. That's pretty wild. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
that's kind of fucking insane.
It's a little wild, but we'll let it
And all,
slide because
all
it's an
he
interview.
all he could do is just laugh at that.
Yeah,
Like
bro. He
that's
was just like, ha ha ha
grown
ha
ass
ha.
man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like that
bro. You're
shit's
a
kind of
grown ass man calling another
your
man
age
fun
and I
shit.
was young, I
You're
think
wilder.
when you have opportunities, you have to cut your teeth and you have to like take your bruises and you have to like look in the mirror and reflect on like, I think we all make mistakes dating and things like that, right? So I'd love to hear a little bit about your dating story about like, for
Yeah,
me, like when I was, in my early 20s, I was like a serial monogamous, right? I was kind of like a love martyr. Like I had these like parents who like
relationship to
had a
relationship.
great relationship and
Bouncing.
they taught me a lot of good things about love, but it was almost like I almost like took it a step too far. I was fighting too hard for relationships. I was like
yeah,
falling in love too quickly. I know people are throwing the word like love bomber around in 2025 and like
yeah.
it doesn't mean what it used to mean back in the day, but like
Yep.
I was falling fast, right? I
Like
was
this
getting
man
caught
just
up in
asked
my
him how to get
emotions. But that
hoes.
being said, I'd
Pretty
love to
much.
learn about you in terms of like
Literally.
what was Jeremiah Brown like when he first started dating, like late teens, early 20s? Like how did you carry yourself in relationships? And when you mentioned doing the work, what did that look like? And what kind of steps in your mind did you think you made?
Oh, it's young. Okay, I would say in college, like I never dated. Like from like I didn't have a girlfriend until I was 22, 23. So I just like would find a girl I liked and just talk to her for like 6 months, talk to her for a year. Like I
So
hated
pretty
labels.
much what
I
he's
hated like
saying
I didn't hate, but I just
is
didn't want labels. I wanted
he
all.
was just a
He
hoe.
was,
That's
he was a
pretty. He
hoe.
was just fucking
He
on a
was
bunch
a
of hoes.
hoe.
That's pretty much what he
That's
said,
all he
word
had to
for
say.
word, bar. But that was just a nice way of saying it. Pretty much what he just
6
said was,
months.
yeah, bro, I would just meet a bunch of different girls and I would just have sex with them, and then that would just be it. Like it would just be like,
Yeah,
that.
I ain't hear the sex part. I ain't hear the sex part. I ain't
That's
hear the
that's
sex
what I
part.
heard. He was pretty much saying I was just getting a lot of hoes, I was fucking a lot of bitches, and now I'm on to the next. And then eventually,
Nigga
when
said
I
the
was 22, I was like, all right, I've been wild, and I done caught 50 bodies in the past 4 years. Let me calm
50
down.
bodies is nuts. This nigga
Is
said
it
this
though?
dick watching
50
is
bodies?
crazy.
50 bodies in 4 years? That's not that crazy. It's like 10 bodies
How
a
many,
year, a little over 10 a year.
how many bodies you got, bro?
I ain't gonna lie, you dick watching. Play the video. Play the video.
That freedom that came with it. Like anniversaries, didn't do any of that. And then finally
Nigga
got
not
into my
bad,
first
nigga. How many you
relationship.
got?
And then a
Fuck.
month in,
Just vibe. Just
I
vibe. Twin. You're
cheated.
not just
I
vibing.
didn't know how I could do that because I
You're not just
prided
vibing.
myself on, oh, I read books. I'm this guy. I'm the best. So yeah, like two years ago, a month into my relationship, I cheated and I had to look at myself in the mirror. So I'm like,
See?
oh, I like trumped myself up my head to be this great guy. And I was like, okay, how come I didn't have the strength to say no to this girl? Like, what made me like
Cause that
not
pussy was
strong in the
probably
moment?
hit. What
Nah,
that
that,
motherfucker was too
that
good.
motherfucker ain't
Not only did I hurt someone I loved,
That motherfucker, he probably was with some girl and he had a bitch like nigga. It's LA too, right? And I think the nigga be modeling too, so he's already in that space with
Yeah, with
other
a bunch of
models and
fine
shit.
shit, yeah.
That nigga probably had a bitch like Coco approach him saying like, "What you trying to do?"
And he fold. I ain't gonna lie, I'm easy like Sunday morning too, bro. I would have folded too. Let some
Oh
model
my
shit walk up to me talking
god!
about some what you trying to do. I'm folding expeditiously.
Wow, like that shit is kind of nuts. That shit is kind of nuts.
I just can't
That's
keep
all.
looking at his face though. Like, why does it look like
It's
clay?
that plastic. That shit straight from
Like, bro,
ChatGPT.
his
myself.
face
So
don't
then I
even
went to
look
therapy, and I'm
real.
still in therapy for like 2 years
Like, it
now,
looks like a
just to see
filter.
like what was going
You
on.
do look like a filter.
That's what the work looked like. 2 years ago, I started therapy.
Now, when you, I mean, if you're
On your
comfortable talking
soul,
about
I'm
it, like
not
when you say you
folding.
cheated,
All right, bro.
like, did you like?
You been saying on
cheat
your
yourself?
soul,
Like,
not
how,
on
yeah,
his,
like, did
on
you
yours.
come clean? Like,
All right, bro.
yeah, how did that all?
Just
How
say
did
you
it
don't
all
fuck
play
me,
out?
gang.
So boom, it's one of my best friend's birthdays, and then I invite my two like friends, like my genuine friends of homegirls that came over, and it wasn't pre-planned or nothing. And then we all got super. I don't want to blame on alcohol, and I don't want to talk about the alcohol part, but we all got super lit, right? Went out to the club, came back, and she followed me into the bathroom, and I didn't have the strength to say no. I could have said
Hold
no,
on.
I didn't.
Was that?
And then
Hold
it
on.
happened, and then I walked out. Part, but we all got super lit, right? Went out to the club, came back, and she followed
He said his
that came
partner's
over,
homegirl.
and it wasn't pre-planned or nothing. And then we all got super. I don't want to blame on alcohol, and I
No,
don't
he
want to
brought
talk
it to
about
his
the alcohol
his
part, but we all got
homegirls.
super lit, right? Went out to the club, came back, and she followed me into the bathroom, and I didn't have the strength to say no. I could have said no, I didn't. And then it happened, and then I walked out. I called my mom because I didn't have my car because it was in LA. I said, "Mom, come get me. I fucked up." Da, 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 da.
He
So it's
said the nigga Cosby
instant regret.
himself.
Got home, drove to my girlfriend immediately. Like 3 hours later, I told her what happened, and then yeah, we broke up, got back together, and then I just started therapy and just started working on myself because I was like, how could I have done that when I thought I was just.
I ain't gonna lie, I've done something like that. Well, something like that has happened to me before.
You got a couple homegirls that you think you might, if you got drunk enough.
Yeah, it's a bunch of my homegirls I'll crack if I got drunk. If they came on to me, yeah, 100%. I like a lot of my homegirls are like actually pretty females. Like I don't hang around.
Hey, do they
like,
know that?
I don't know. That's a good question actually, but I don't. I mean,
After this, we should do a segment. We could
do a segment, but
We
yeah.
should do a segment after this, we could do a segment after this.
All right.
Great guy.
It's obviously not cool what you did, but obviously, like, not everyone comes clean
This
right
nigga
away.
cheated once, went to therapy,
more,
he got.
more people just feel like as long as they say they're sorry and then they talk.
Trying to be a better him, bro.
Don't do the work.
Nah,
And like
facts.
credit to you for like jumping into therapy and trying to actually make take actions to like improve yourself. Like you're gonna make a lot more mistakes in life. You're only 25. Like all we can do is just try to get better. Obviously we'll talk about Hood in a little bit on, but like obviously she's caught a lot of heat.
Let's get to it,
how
bro.
she's
But I say,
treated you
like,
too,
we
but,
don't care about the
I've
later
been
on.
Huda,
I
you
want
know
to hear it
what I'm
right
saying?
now.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck about what Jeremiah life was like before.
Yeah,
the
bro.
island.
Yeah,
You know the
facts.
nigga irrelevant. After the island, he's irrelevant. I need to know what the fuck happened
while he was
in
there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're here
In
for the
mix.
juicy stuff. We ain't care.
That's
We
all I'm
don't.
here
Yeah, but I
for.
say I don't actually genuinely care about this nigga's life at all. Like not even in the
I want to hear.
slightest.
I want
Yeah.
to hear how Huda was riding that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I want to get into. Cause that's the only reason she started crashing the way she crashed. Cause she got some dick. That's it.
Oh
He
my.
cracked, boy. He cracked buns. He cracked buns, nigga. Did he crack, boy? He was the first Islander to
Boy,
crack.
he was the first
Like,
one. Yeah,
Huda-
he
Huda was
got
that-
that shit.
Nigga said I'm dick watching. Mind you, they did not care. Everybody else, Hannah was like, "Oh, let me spit on it." You know, from the side.
Nah,
Nick was
Huda
from the
hopped
side.
on that
Huda hopped
motherfucker.
on the side. Oh my god. Oh my god. Huda hopped on top of that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Huda ain't care. Huda ain't giving no
She
fucks.
got it, nigga. She got it. Lord have mercy, she got it. She got it. Yeah, that is fucking hilarious.
Maybe not like
actually is
exactly
kinda
how
funny.
she's done it, but like I you know what I'm saying? Like I've been like fucked up from love and shit like that. What are you comfortable sharing in terms of like what you learned about yourself through therapy in terms of
Nah, she
like
going like
just
that.
kind of understanding
Bro.
yourself?
Sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing.
Nah,
I'm
you
trying
can
to
pause
keep-
it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Hey.
is she on it? Bro, after they broke up, every challenge she has been in since then, this bitch is a different breed. This bitch is a different
Yeah,
breed.
we've been seeing a
Like,
different type of Huda that we ain't
Like,
been
it's like,
seeing.
damn, like I understand how you have a kid now.
Yeah, for sure,
It's one of them. It's one
I
of them.
understand how you're a mamacita.
Mommy?
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 Like a little
Like
pet?
mamacita?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
mamacita?
no. Yeah.
You know, nowadays like we watch these
Hold on, come here. Appreciate it.
shows, a lot of people want to like diagnose these characters, like attachment styles, things like that, or just maybe even understanding love languages, how we connect with our partners and things like that. Like, what did you learn about yourself in terms of like how you know, receive love, show love, things like that?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, being a model is a lot about attention.
Need an
and, like,
episode recap after
I've
this
had
video. I
freedom
got
for
you, bro.
23, 22 years of my life being able to do whatever I want. And I hadn't had to flex that muscle of saying no, not even to make an excuse, just I didn't have to flex that muscle of saying no, especially being, messed up. So it was the more the fact like, yeah, just having to flex the muscle of saying no and not having been in a real relationship and like learning like, okay, like you have to make not even sacrifices, but like if you're in a relationship, that means you're saying no to everything else. And that's what makes this yes, so much better. And so
Like
at the
5
beginning,
seconds
it
from
was just,
skipping.
like,
I'm
not-
Yeah,
trying
bro.
so
Like,
hard.
honestly, I
So
would
love
have
attention,
skipped.
You skip?
when,
All
like,
right,
in
bro.
high school,
I
like,
just
with
want to
it.
get to
Even
the.
when I
I
was
just
good,
want to
like,
get to the juice.
Right.
Okay, all right. Yeah, okay.
He got
How
a.
long was that relationship?
He got a times down here.
Year and a half.
A good
August
podcast should have times.
2023
Guess
to
not.
February 2025.
Did you give her the destination for? I
free
don't
promo
know.
off me.
Again, like I don't think people nowadays are using the word love bombing accurately. Like it's
I panicked. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. I panicked, and I was like,
Okay, here we go.
yourself in Love Island, in other relationships.
Here we go, here we
or,
go, here we
you know,
go,
What
here
was
we
the
go.
reason for you kind of coming in there and being so focused on Huda?
He said-
honestly, like that's not who I am at all. Cause I've only like been in love like 2 or 3 times. Not that I was in love with Huda or even told her I loved her, but yeah.
Nah, he ain't like man, he ain't like that bitch, dog.
He had to make sure, like, I ain't tell that bitch I love her, just so y'all know.
He was like, yeah,
He
no,
funny.
just put it out there. I did not like that girl, but I was for real.
Like,
Type. Like we're not with my first, my only girlfriend. We started talking in January, and we didn't date till August. So it's like 8 months, But with Huda, it was like, I'll tell you why I did the cheat kiss. I didn't. They could steal, right? And I was like, me and Huda had this crazy electricity between us, and I was like, I kind of panicked. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. I panicked, and I was like, what can I do to not get stolen? Okay, I can get the cheat kiss. So it wasn't even that I already liked her that much. I just didn't want to get her stolen to keep it a stack. I was like, I want to really explore this. And then once we had 2 or 3 convos, I
And
was
she
like,
hopped
ready
on that
for this.
thing?
And then not gonna lie, like we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
this was a mistake on like both our parts. We got really intimate really soon, and that kind of set us up for
you think so, buddy? Really intimate, really? You think so?
failure, like for the rest of what happened. But yeah,
And when you say intimate, like you guys had sex?
I'm not here to kiss and tell. I
Alright.
was-
Bro, we see, bro, it was on
The whole
TV.
world saw you, my nigga. Like, what are we talking about?
Like, what did he think? We not watched the episode? Like when
I'm
he
not
think
trying
there
to
was
kiss and tell.
there was no
Stop,
cameras
no.
in the room, bro. We saw her hop on that thing, bro. Like
Hop
there's
on that
there's
motherfucker,
no
but with the
hiding it,
quickness too.
gang.
Like not even after they say all good night and then they do the little nighttime montage. The
Yeah,
moment the
bro.
lights cut off,
As soon as them turned
everybody
off.
was still up. She's a freak. She didn't care who heard. Like she's different.
That is
God.
I respect that. All right, I
hilarious.
gotta
Yeah,
ask the questions.
Yeah, I get it, man. We got real intimate real soon, and it
Yeah.
kind of just like skipped a bunch of steps, and then that's what led to, yeah.
Okay. And is Huda like similar to women you've dated in the past, whether
Hell
it's
no.
looks or personality? Like what
Yeah,
made you what was that vibe that that felt so strong? Where do you think that came from?
It was definitely like her gaze and the way she like when I think my favorite part about women is the way she looks at me and her smile, and like her smile and the way she looked at me was just so enticing.
She do got some eyes.
And then we
boy.
had a lot of conversations about like values in the beginning.
Ain't it that
I'm
fact?
not gonna be rude, but I kind of got like emotion fish. Like she said she's emotionally mature in her values, so we lined up on a bunch of those. So I was like, okay, cool. She checks all my physical boxes and a lot of my spiritual, emotional. So why would I go?
She wasn't too spiritually emotional after she was calling you bitch 18,000. She wasn't emotional as she was calling you a pussy ass bitch.
What?
This nigga said
What?
little kid gonna have a brutal child.
Yeah, I
Oh
poor
my
her
God.
poor child.
I feel bad for her.
That was where my head was at. Not saying it was the right thing to do, but I don't regret it. But yeah, I was like, okay, she's so fucking
about to
dope.
say,
Like
I
I'm not
don't
gonna
regret it.
ruin that and go talk to girls I'm not interested in. That's where my head was at in the beginning.
Okay, that makes sense. You were kind of caught saying like early on, like, oh, if we win, and then you kind of corrected yourself. I mean, make it to the end. So then obviously, like, honestly, I think it's kind of. I mean, half most of your cast comes in with like a heavy following these days.
He's just showing us that he
makes-
didn't
so,
like
I
her.
kind of like. I think it's almost like stupid when fans like, like they came here to be famous. It's like they are on a TV show. That being said, like. Yeah, like do you feel like in any way you were kind of gaming
Ooh,
the
nigga
game or playing
nigga
the
got
game
used for his
more,
dick.
like,
Cry me a river.
No, because for me, as you can see in the episodes, I can't fake shit. So when I was really unhappy and I was really messed up, I couldn't just say, let's stay together. Because I could have, like, I'll just say, like, the door recoupling. I know Iris isn't really my type, and I know she isn't really my type, but I still chose her. And that was like a roll of the dice. Cause I could have just chose Huda and made that relationship work, but I can't fake shit. So, nah.
Let's not act like you didn't have 3 chances to get rid of Huda before then. Nigga,
Facts.
you've been faking the whole
I'm
time.
about to say, you was really faking it from day one, bro. Like
You were faking since she told you she had a kid. I can't stand the lies, bro. You came on the podcast to air the truth out, nigga. Why are we still lying like
He's
you on the
still
show?
lying. Cause he wants his
For
face
what?
to still be gay, bro. He don't want to be looked at as a guy that started treating her different because he found out she a dad. You know how many single baby mamas that's out here? His face, his image would be ruined.
Ruined.
Me personally, I wouldn't care. She would have been like, yeah, Kobe, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a dad. I would be like, oh yeah? Gone. Like it wouldn't even have been like the last word she would have heard from me would have been, oh yeah? Like
okay.
what?
All right, I'm gonna go.
Good chat. I would have hit her
Yeah,
with
good
what she hit JD with. Good chat. And walked away. I'd have been up out of there.
Oh my god.
Good chat.
Nah, that shit is hilarious. Oh.
I wasn't really gaming the system. I didn't even look at it like
Not
that.
enough,
So I feel
man.
like
Miss
if
me
I
with the
was,
kid, bro.
I would have some plan Bs, some.
It's just so many things that like you're never gonna be her main priority. Why would I ever listen? Shout out to all the single mothers out there. My mother was a single mother. Love them. Y'all do an amazing job. But as a individual with a choice in the situation, why would I set myself up in a position where I'm never, ever
Going to be the
main priority? I might as well stay single. What's the point of being in a relationship?
100% facts.
My God, like there's literally no point. There's literally no point.
And C's, but I just kind of dove into one girl. So I personally don't see it like that, but I can get it like, oh, he's just so focused. He must just be here to win. But as you can see, when I was unhappy, what I'm saying?
I
Not gonna lie, you gotta have a
So in
kid
terms
first,
of,
and you
like,
gonna
you
fuck
and
with a girl
Huda,
who got it.
obviously,
Literally, bro.
Like, I mean, you guys were, I don't know if you know this, but like people were tuning in to watch you too. Like love you or hate you guys, like whatever they thought about your relationship, you guys were must-see television.
Oh shit.
Because it was honestly like so toxic so fast. From your perspective, like how much of the show have you seen it all? Are you not seen any of it? Like,
I've seen a couple episodes. I watched almost all of the one I left on, and then I watched like I skimmed through most of them. So I've seen
okay.
some of them. But most of
So
them.
I guess, I mean, obviously when it comes to shows like this, even though there's an episode almost every night, there's a lot we don't get to see. So one, like from your perspective, when did things start getting a little rocky? And then two, we'd love any context of like important information that, what didn't we get to see when, when it comes to your and Huda's relationship in terms of like
Yeah.
why things kind of took a turn the way they did?
That's a great question. Honestly, things were amazing up until the day I call it the pancake day. We won't get into it right now, but the pancake day. Things were amazing.
No
Nah,
protein?
Pancake
Nah,
day.
it definitely,
We had, like,
it definitely
a
was
week,
bad. After that
and
pancake
maybe
day,
8
bro,
days of
shit
just-
went south. No
Bro,
cap. Cause wasn't that the night after he cracked too?
that was the night after he cracked.
So he cracked. Then she's like, oh, I put this coochie on him. He gonna wake up. He gonna make me breakfast. He gonna bring me some tea. He brought some half cooked pancakes with no protein.
With no, he said, "Where's the protein?"
If he got a whole Gymshark
Nah.
face, bro, you know she needs some protein, gang. I don't know
And
what
I
he
really
was
think that
thinking.
shit, but she got humbled.
Yeah, no
Obviously,
facts.
she wasn't that good, nigga.
No facts.
Half cooked pancakes.
She was
Shit's
thinking,
still gooey.
oh, she was
Shit
thinking,
still
oh
got
yeah,
dough in the middle.
I put it
Yeah.
on him. He gonna change his ways. No sirski.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's like it was fire. Like, yeah, there were some minor things, but like we had so much genuine, like just such a crazy genuine connection off the rip. And where things started going south was like I told her who I was in a relationship, and then she kind of took that as who I need to be now, and I didn't nip that in the bud, so I take responsibility.
I told her who I was in a relationship, and she thought that's. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It makes sense, but no, it
That makes
doesn't make
sense.
sense. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense.
How it don't make sense?
Cause like, bro, what do you mean? I told you where I was supposed to, like, who I was in a relationship. Now we're pretty
I
much
told-
in a semi-relationship, and then you don't
Nah,
want
we're
to
not.
act like.
We're not in a relationship. I think his problem was he was trying to give, like, realistic situation, like how he'd realistically act. Like, oh yeah, it take me months to get to know a girl. In a situation where it's not realistic at all. Like, you got fucking 8 weeks to make some shit shake. You can't act like you would act outside. Everything is expedited in here.
That's
He
true.
fucked up when he tried to apply that same outside logic in here. Obviously, it's not going there. So, in all reality, Huda had the right mentality. Like, this is who I need you to be now because we only got 8 weeks.
No, that's facts.
Like, knowing him, he'd probably take his time. They still probably be on some, like, cool, just fucking not really in a relationship shit to the finals. Episode 30, 40 something.
Well, Huda could have. If that's really what she wanted, she could have held it down, bro. She could
Yeah,
have.
like I didn't sit her down and be like, yo, like that's not who I am. Instead, I said, you know what? You're right. Let me be Superman already, because it takes me like it takes me a long
He
time. to
wasn't
get to,
being
like,
Superman,
super
though.
boyfriend. And
He was
I was
being
like,
mid,
oh,
like
shit,
some
right.
regular
Bro,
shit.
the man
She
was
took that
literally
and was
doing
like, okay,
the
that's
bare
you right
minimum
now.
the
And I'm
entire
like,
show.
Well, can you
Wait,
clarify what you
Literally.
mean by that
Yeah.
in terms of like what you actually said to her in terms of like,
Oh.
so yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like, I do the little things. I do the flower. I just told her how I was in my last relationship. Like, the flowers, the restaurant, like anything like what a boyfriend does, like the cute things. I said I do all that. And then she was like, okay, bet. And then like the day after, she's like, why are you doing any of that? And I was like, wait, that's why I'm in a relationship. But I didn't say that. I said, oh, you're right. Let me go try to do that. So I think I tried to be Superman instead of let her know, like, that's not who I am. That takes me months to get there, like that's not who I am in like 3 days into the villa.
Yeah.
And that's where the expectations just didn't get set right, and then the intimacy got way too much, and I didn't say like, yo, I'm not comfortable with this. I just tried to be Superman, and that's where it really got toxic.
So, like, obviously, Love Island has its own lingo. It's obviously has its own set of rules, right? This whole like, are you closed off or you're not
Yep.
closed off? You're in a couple, but you're not closed off. People are like hooking up, but you're not closed off. Like then all of a sudden you're making out with your friends during the challenges and things like that. 2-part question, like.
Honestly, it's a great place to be. I'm not gonna lie. The only place in the world that you wouldn't get shunned for being a whore. It's amazing.
Literally.
Oh shit. What the fuck?
And then clicked off the
I
video.
be Superman.
Literally the only place you wouldn't get shunned for it.
No, facts.
And that's where it really got toxic.
So, like, obviously, Love Island has this. You're not close off. You're all of a sudden you're making out with your conversations. Did the entire group, if any, have about like how this shit all works? You know, in terms of like expectations
That's a
or
good
like what were
question.
expectations of the
That's a
group,
great
but more
question.
specifically, you and Huda.
Yeah.
Like, how did you guys navigate? You know, because like Huda, it seemed like Huda was just like, this is my man. You know, we were in a relationship. We were a boyfriend and girlfriend. We were absolutely going to get married. You know, we are in love. And like, listen, I don't know. Like, if you feel it, you feel it, right? Like, again, in the
Yeah.
real world, I mean, I've gotten in a relationship 2 days in and stupidly talked about like planned our future. Like,
Because
I've
you're
been
not
that.
P.
I've been that fucking guy, right?
He's
I'm
just
not gonna,
not
you
P.
know, but like, this is also in a
He's not
world
used
where
to
you're
Infantry.
making out in challenges and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, did you and Huda ever like talk about like expectations of how you guys were going to navigate, especially once you guys were like so hot and heavy right away?
Yeah, I mean, well, within the group first, like, they've like for 2 weeks told me do this, do that, do this, do that, and I'm kind of like my own person. Like, I love to just do it. I
We
can't
see.
fake nothing, so I can't like go.
Fucking Ace and Nick, you just not you, bro. You just gotta.
I think it's because they know, bro. Like, look, like no homo, right? Like, you could look at this nigga and be like, hoes be on this nigga dick. So why the fuck is you cuffing the first dom you see?
Did you just call this nigga fine, bro?
All right, bro. Play the video, bro.
Nigga fine.
I didn't even say he was fine. I just
Nah,
said
bro.
you can tell he's a model nigga, bro. Like, let's be real, bro.
You just called that nigga sexy.
Bro, play the video, bro. Play the video, bro.
Yo, there's no way you just double down.
Bro,
That's
play
crazy,
it,
man.
bro.
Go
Play
for
the
a
video,
chat because
bro.
they tell me to. I was like,
Just
all
need
right,
to
for
take
sure.
it
So
out.
for 2 weeks, I was kind of like battling the guys. Like, no, I'm good. Like, I want to explore this. Like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And then at the same time, I'm hearing like me and her get into it, but our expectations were just like the baseball challenge was the first challenge I think that really like she didn't like how I had to kiss a girl or I got to kiss a Maya, but at the same time, I would do little things to try to make it not that bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of pressure. Like, okay, let me do the challenge this way so I don't get yelled at later. Let me do the challenge this way so I don't get in trouble. And then we got to a point
Sounds
where
like
it's
you're being
just
a bitch,
like
if you
before the
ask
lumberjack
me.
challenge, we're like, you know what, we're just gonna enjoy the challenges fully, and whatever happens, happens. Like we're gonna, we're still like, not locked in, but we're still really close. But we have that freedom now to enjoy the challenges.
Okay. And did you like? How did you guys come to that decision to change up?
It was kind of just like, we're here to play the. I forgot what happened. Oh, she got really mad at the me kissing Amaya at the goddamn baseball challenge, and I was just like, yeah, like I'm not gonna go through this the rest of the show. Like we gotta like the challenges are for the challenges. I want to participate. I don't want to be the guy. Like I gotta be myself. I can't just go into a challenge and just hide and do the cheek kissing the rest of the show. Like I gotta go be myself and show people like who I am. I'm a fun guy. So it's
So you
like
have to go
it was
be
just
a
like that. It
hoe.
was like we both gotta participate and like be here.
That's really what he
That's
meant.
crazy.
He pretty
Yeah,
much
I
just
mean,
said
it's,
I needed to
I
go
mean,
be a whore. So let
Like
me.
you're not gonna stop me from enjoying kissing all these
yeah.
other fine bitches, bro.
Like,
We gotta
we-
set this shit straight now.
We
Like
locked in, but I still want to go put my tongue down these other bitches' mouths too. That's pretty much what he was just saying.
I
like a
remember that
sick-
first challenge and like I forgot who like jumped up and I'm like he's not even I'm like how like these people can operate this way like it's like it's Love Island,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
holy cow. So I guess like just you and Huda like I think there's a lot of if you're a Huda stan, right? Like
Yeah.
obviously she's caught a lot of heat, right? And there's a lot of people just like not understanding the way Huda's moving and things like that. And I'm sure people are anxious to like hear her perspective on things. But there's always like the Huda stan, like they're of the perspective like she's gonna come out of the villa or you're going to come out of the villa and it's going to be like a bad edit situation, right? Like, oh, we didn't get to see certain things like, stuff like that. Do you feel like overall, while they can't show everything from what you've been able to see or from what you've heard or understand how things were shown, do you feel like ultimately the show captured the dynamic of your guys' relationship?
Respectfully, from what I've seen, yes. Like I still have a lot.
I was
I
about to say
still
he ain't
care
even
for
really
her
watched the
deeply, but there
episodes for
were
real. How
a
would he
lot of
know?
instances where we were just talking, and she would, crash out. And I have nothing but respect for her still, but it's just like, yeah, it was pretty accurate. Because there's some moments where I'm watching myself, and I'm just like, bro, get up, like don't take that. But when you're on like no sleep, it's hard to like
No
know if you're in the
sleep.
right or the wrong. So I feel like that's why.
Y'all literally have a sleep montage every night.
And y'all go to sleep at 10 o'clock and wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. Y'all getting like a consistent 8 hours of sleep every day.
Bullshit.
I took so long in my conversations to see like, okay, am I in the right here? Am I in the wrong here? So that's why like you'll see me take a day or two to have extra conversations with her just to make sure I was, I like to see things through to the end. So I wasn't just gonna give up on the first fight. So, but it was
Yeah,
pretty
I mean,
accurate. It was a crash out.
watching you again, I'm a fan. I'm, obviously, so maybe I'm biased, but like I saw someone who it makes sense that you're in therapy. You seem like you're an introspective person, right? Like at times you reminded me of me when, like you.
Shut up, nigga.
Nigga say wasn't he reminded me of me. Nigga, fuck out of here, bro.
Shut up, nigga.
Who he feeling like? Hey, bro, fuck out of here,
Oh
bro.
my god,
It's
bro.
about to say you reminded me of me. Nigga, fuck out of
Sometimes
here.
I just like, bro. Respectfully, calm down, little bro. Calm,
Nah,
calm down, little bro.
disrespectfully, calm down, little bro. I don't know what bro thought.
Jesus Christ.
You
I would have
seem
started
to
laughing if
be,
I was Jeremiah.
being walk your own path, and like, I've always dated women with big personalities. Like they're,
Yeah.
different. There's a spectrum of big personalities, but like, I want to be understanding, right? And as a man in 2025, right, we get a lot of notes, right? Ways where that men haven't behaved well in the past, things like that.
Yeah.
How we need to step up, and how we should maybe listen more than speak, and things like that. So honestly, I saw someone like you who was just like, people like your critics would say you're not necessarily good at communicating your feelings. I saw
Yeah.
a person who was just like kind of not sure how to move from one
Yeah.
moment to the
Yeah.
next because it felt like you were getting a ton of notes. But like, if
Yeah.
you were trying to understand your critics, what ways do you think you could maybe have better communicated with Huda, if any way at all?
I totally see where they're coming from, and like the main part is that when I felt things were moving too fast and the expectations were too high,
Should have said
instead of
something.
communicating that was too much for me, I did the opposite and said, you know what, I like you so much, I'll try to be that person I'm not ready to be yet. So that makes sense. Like I dead ass didn't communicate my feelings, so they're right in that regard.
You love bombed
And
her.
at the same time, it is
Love bomb the
hard because
fuck
when
out of.
you're on no sleep, it's like, okay, I don't want to like look like an asshole. I don't want to do the wrong thing. So it's like you do try to be more patient with everybody else and put other people first because you don't like it's hard to have a clear mind like, okay, am I tripping, is she tripping? So that's why I feel like I was extra patient and kind of like not went above and beyond, but I was like, okay, let me really hear her out for hours and hours to make sure I'm like seeing who she is as a person. So yeah, but no, I definitely didn't communicate this is way too fast for me, let's slow down, because I liked her so much. I can own that. Like that was
Okay.
my main mistake, was not
You
like
love
telling
bombed
her
her.
like let's slow down.
No, I appreciate that answer.
At
Huda
least he's honest
revealing that
about it.
she's a mom was obviously a main
Ah, this is what I was waiting
storyline
to see.
and a big moment
God.
for the show, but for you guys. I
Mami?
guess first,
Mami,
like,
see that?
Mommy,
do
see that?
you wish she would have told you sooner? Or are you comfortable with like the time and
How long did it take? 3 days? 3, 4 days?
Yeah, but I say it
Or a
was
week?
still
Or
pretty.
was
It
it
was,
the first week?
I don't know. I feel like it was pretty early in the show.
Pretty early in the show?
I don't know
how
how many.
she,
Like I don't know what the
opened up
days were,
about
but
her being a mom?
Honestly, it's hard to say because I have no idea what that is like in her shoes, and I don't remember how soon she told me. But honestly, I wasn't mad at her for not telling me yet because I feel like I get it. Like you don't want to come in here and say it's two sides. Like you don't want to come in here and say you have a mom because everyone's gonna think of you as that. At the same time, like you want a chance to be yourself and not, but at the same time you do have the kid. So like I see both sides of the coin. But I wasn't mad. I was just really caught off guard. Like I wasn't like mad that she like hit it for a couple of days, but I was like, I did get to know her, and at that point we were good. So it's kind of just like,
Nigga get his eyebrows faded? Or is
that's
that
what
the
it looks
filter?
like. Nah, I don't know. He might got a camera filter on right now, so I really don't know, bro. Like I don't know, cause he looks
oh
fake.
shit, okay. Like it wasn't like,
Okay.
no.
Normally, my wife is in these interviews. She's traveling right now. She had a lot. We're new parents.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. And as a guy, I was like, listen, Huda can like reveal that however she wants. But as a
Yeah.
mom, um, my wife, Natalie, she, I wish she was here to articulate this, but like from her perspective, she just felt like it sounded kind of odd that when Huda talked about having a daughter, it was always in the lens of, she always like centered herself. She was like, I'm a mom, I'm a mom, I'm a mom.
Yeah.
As if it was like, in a way, when you're saying, when she opened up to you, it was almost like, hey, I'm a mom. I don't want you to think of me any differently, or certainly like not be, any less attracted to me. Understanding like, hey, as a mom, there's certain different responsibilities. Like it's not the same as like dating a 20-some-year-old like without a kid. But it almost seemed like the way she communicated it is if she expected like preferential treatment in a way, as opposed to like, when Natalie says, she like talks about our daughter, it's like, I have a daughter. It's always like my daughter, like, my daughter does this, and Huda was like, I'm a mom, mom. It's like, did you see it that way? Or like after hearing, again, like I got no notes.
Interesting perspective there that he goes on with.
Did she expect better treatment? Because
she might have, because honestly, think about it. When she had the one-on-one with Ace, right? When she pulled Ace after he was like, I'm gonna vote her off. She was like, the reason why I'm acting like this is because I'm a mom. And Ace was just like, bitch, okay, and nigga, like,
you know what? You're right.
but I think she was throwing it around like on some, y'all should treat me nicer because I'm a mom, so y'all should put that into perspective. Yeah. Like I'm trying to take care of my child on some, but
nigga, them kids, you came on a dating show. Them kids mean nothing here.
Like, bro, what? Like you opted to leave your JIT for 8 weeks to come be on this show with us.
You did that yourself. This
bro,
nigga said hoes having kids for fashion.
Nah, facts. Dead ass.
Like but then again, yeah, I didn't think of it like that, but that makes sense because I'm thinking Ace just a dickhead.
Nah, I mean he is a dickhead, but at the same time, it's like the way she said it, I probably would have been looking at her the same way. Like, what you?
She would have. She was expecting him to like drop his jaw.
Yeah, he was expecting her to be like, "Oh, you're a mom. Oh, I didn't even know. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I would have knew, I would have put that in. Like, bro, we don't care.
I still would have voted your ass.
Yeah, but I say like we don't. You see, he looked at her and just kept nodding. He was like, like, bitch, we don't. I don't care.
Communicating, from my wife, but like, does that make sense? And were there other people in the villa that maybe like didn't quite understanding how Huda was, handling, communicating, being a mom?
Yeah, I totally see what you mean now, because I watched the episode the other day and it was like, she's just like me. She likes what I like. She's da-da-da-da. And it was like, so, not to bash on her, but like it was a lot of self-centeredness now that you mentioned that, which makes a lot of sense. Because my sister's had a baby and it's all about the baby. Like she'll say she's a mom, but then it's all about the baby. So yeah, now that you say that, it was definitely like a lot of, I'm a mom, the daughter's just like me. I do this for her. I do that for her. I do this. So it's like, yeah, I kind of noticed that in conversations with her, which is why I kind of like started to move, because she didn't really ask me questions about myself. But that's a different topic. But yeah, I see what you're saying now. That definitely is true.
But he love bombed her, bro. He did not like that girl.
Who wanted you to like ask more questions,
bro. Even hearing him talk now about their situation,
he did not fuck with that girl, bro. He did not like that girl, bro.
That nigga was going through the motions.
He was.
Nigga didn't know how to just say, like, stand on his nuts and say no. If the bitch bad enough, y'all being stepdad, fuck no.
No.
Absolutely not.
He would have did it for the show, though.
Yeah. Coco could have came up to me telling me she got a kid. I'd have said, nah, I'm good, love.
Yeah, facts, bro. I don't care how good you look, bro. You got a JIT, bro.
Damn, bro, it's just too much to deal with, bro. A whole kid? Nah. And then at that, right? And then, like, even concerning that stepdad thing, it's like the whole discipline, like, bro, I'm very blunt, bro. A nigga do some shit that annoy me or piss me off, bro. I'm like, little nigga, chill. Like, what are you doing? Some moms get a little sensitive. Don't talk to my son like that. Don't talk to my kid like that. Don't talk to my daughter like that.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro. I want to get this nigga ass whooping too. Why you want me to be stepdad? You wanted me in this role. I can't.
Well, you wanted me to come over here play a second father. So now I'm doing it.
This bitch. Niggas need discipline. Facts. That's probably why he doing you like he do you. That's probably why you got this badass kid. You don't discipline him.
Facts.
Niggas don't believe in ass whoopings nowadays. It's a lost art.
Yeah, bro. Not in this household. Not in my program.
bro, why am I at work, right, with all these teens and shit, and like, I remember hearing like, oh yeah, bro, I remember being on punishment, but like taking my tablets and shit. But I found out how to do Snapchat on the Xbox. Snapchat on the Xbox? What?
Snapchat? They have Snapchat on Xbox?
Y'all have Snapchat on the Xbox? First and foremost, damn, it's that deep. You gotta
Yeah,
get
bro.
Snapchat that bad. Two, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. Like taking the tablets, taking the phones, punishments don't even work.
No, they don't.
Only thing that do work is ass whoopings. Get a little ass whooping, you be straight.
Facts. Gotta
Like,
put straight BTA.
BTA, belt to ass, got to.
Out her child. Did you ask more questions and we just didn't get to
Yeah.
see it, or do you feel like maybe you
Nigga
could have
said just
handled
had
it
to
a
be
little
sure,
bit
brother.
better now
Yeah,
that you
bro.
reflect on?
Nigga, I'll never be that pussy whipped. Ever.
Yeah, bro. Nah, niggas ain't going out that side, bro. I don't. Yeah,
Hey,
nah,
come
bro.
on, bro. What?
Nah.
Yeah, nah.
On
Not
how
in this
that
program.
situation went down.
Honestly, most of the time we did talk about her, but I remember we talked a lot about her daughter at the date, and then we talked a lot about her daughter on the pink couch conversation. We had a pink couch conversation for like an hour before Ariana got there, and we talked about her daughter for like 30, 45 minutes, like right after. And then after that, shit went south, so we didn't get to talk about it. But yeah, we had at least 2 or 3 conversations talking about her daughter.
I thought it was like kind of, I mean, again, it's, you know, it's her story, so I get that she had certain ways of wanting to handle it, but like the way it was like, okay, I'm gonna tell Jeremiah, but then I'm gonna tell the women, and then then I'm not gonna tell the guys, but then, oh, you can tell Nick. It's just like that seemed hard to keep up with. I did you ever ask her like why she decided to go about it this way? Because it just seemed almost like I didn't understand it. Like I get, yeah, like I didn't understand why she was so selective and secretive about just like, I mean, hey, you're a mom. Like I get it. Like I get the
Like, the shit's not a big deal, bro. Like, first and foremost, if you worried about your daughter's identity and shit being taken, fans, not taken, but like found out and who she is, who's the dad, and whatnot the case is, these Love Island fans are crazy as fuck. Crazy as fuck. The shit was going to be discovered regardless. You could have came on there and said, yeah, I don't have no kids. They would have
would've
found out you had kids.
They would have 100% found
I
out.
seen a TikTok of who the baby daddy talking the other day on my For you page. Like, it would have been found.
Nah, the
regardless.
internet is undefeated, and I know the internet is
Undefeated.
undefeated because if you watch like big streamers,
tryna
like you
prove-
watch like your DDGs, your Kais, your Platboy Max, your Jinxie, your bro, you watch them, bro. They be like, chat, what is this? 5 seconds later, they have the answer. Like it's like chat is the new Google. That's low key why I
Primary
want a
example,
lit
bro.
ass chat, so I can have
Literally.
Google at my fingertips.
Primary chat, bro. Duke Dennis.
Nah, facts.
They done discovered this nigga whole
Facts.
family tree of baby mamas, bro.
Facts.
This nigga's out here moving like streamer Nick Cannon. Streamer
Yeah,
version
facts.
of Nick Cannon.
Man, got like
We
8
ain't know
different
until
beings.
now. They found out. Come on,
They done
bro.
put the whole family tree webs to babies to baby.
All
Like,
that
bro,
shit.
they done connected all the pieces, all the dots, all the, like, bro. Chat is undefeated, bro. Chat is
Undefeated, bro.
Undefeated.
reservations. Like I understand that. Like I'm sure there's a lot of listen, a kid.
You got me,
a
fam.
single
Ask
mom,
anything, I got
not
you.
a lot of people are up for that responsibility and challenge, and I'm sure like that can feel like a lot of pressure. I totally understand that, but like at some point, just like own that you have this beautiful child and like just be a great part of who you are. But like, what was that like for you?
It was interesting at first because at first I'm just like I have no idea what that's like, so like I kind of just removed my judgment and was like,
She treated having a kid like coming out the closet.
What? Yeah, I just had no idea what that was like. And, bro, shut
And then
up.
mind you, bro, like it's just it's not a setup per se. But if you would have just came out and led with that, like you would have had the niggas that care about that, and you would have had the niggas that don't care about that. Because these again, another thing I found out, bro, the bombshells that come to the island, the Casa More people, they're sitting in a hotel room for a month, cleansing of any social media. They don't know anything. They might see I think he was like they seen the episode before that they go in, so they have some type of familiarity with it. But they don't know anything at all.
Yeah.
like, okay, let's see how this goes. So then she told the girls, and then I found out, and then I had to wait a couple of days to talk to Nick about it. So yeah, it was interesting, but I guess I see the fact that she just didn't want to be known as the mom at first and wanted everyone to see her for her. So I totally get that side of things. But it was like curious for me navigating that because I couldn't say stuff to certain people about it. But I mean, that comes with it.
Okay. When America voted and recoupled you with Iris, what was that moment like? Because at that point, like, what were you guys? There was cracks in your relationship from your perspective at that point?
Yeah, definitely none that I've really got of. It was the same thing. I didn't vocalize like these expectations are way too high for me. Like we're not dating. Like I was basically in a relationship when we weren't dating, and I didn't say anything about
Yeah,
that because I
he ain't
liked
like
her, and
that
I was like,
bitch at
okay, let's just
all.
keep going. And yeah, so once America did that, at first I was pissed because I felt me and the hood had just had a really long talk at the fire pit about just how we're gonna move forward, and then we got recoupled, and then I was like, as you can see, I'm just like, what the? I was so caught off guard because I was like, okay, and once Jalen and Pepe went for their recoupling, okay, oh, I'm good. And then once America did that, I'm like, okay, they're seeing the shit I'm feeling, but I'm not vocalizing. But I
They just didn't like Huda Gang.
Yeah, but I said it wasn't nothing to do with you, gang.
It wasn't nothing, nothing deep at all. They just didn't like
I
Huda.
say it was nothing to do with you, gang. People just
I've
hated
never
Huda,
seen
literally.
80,000 people voted on that vote. By the way, 83% of the votes went for Jeremiah to be coupled with Iris. I'd never seen about 60,000 people, 70,000 people, 60, 70,000 people hate one person
No facts, and it was
so
more than that.
collectively
It
and come
just
together.
most people just didn't
That's
vote.
didn't vote. That's what I'm saying. We should treat like if niggas had that type of mindset with like politics.
Not facts.
I guarantee
Yeah.
you we'd be in such a better spot. And
No,
like,
100%. One
like
hundred
what?
percent. 100%.
What the fuck?
100%.
And that just goes to show the politically or not politically the political economic state of America. Niggas care more about Love Island
But that shows you the
than
education system in America, bro.
that shit's so ass, bro.
didn't want
People
to be
care
like, I
more
don't want
about
my
other
ego to take
people's
over. And be like,
lives than their own life and what the president has to do. Like, all right, bro. I'm gonna
Like
get off my
what?
but
soapbox.
it's a problem.
Like what?
Because like got my
That shit don't
back, so I
make
had to
no
like
sense.
slowly try to pull out what America saw and make sure I wasn't just being like da 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 da. So yeah, once I seen that and I had the emotions I felt when it was Charlie or Huda leaving, I was like, okay, yeah, like there's something amiss here that I need to communicate more for sure.
That night, something I definitely have to give you shit for, and I
Yeah,
didn't understand why you couldn't do that, but like
yeah,
it it seemed like a weak moment for you.
yeah, 100.
He on that Nick bullshit. I'm not liking him at all. He he about to be on some Nick bullshit. Why you ain't go comfort her?
Did
He
not
didn't want
pull
to.
Huda and like check
Yeah,
in with her, and you were just
yeah.
like, I just want to
Nah,
go to
see
my
that I didn't have a
pillow or my
problem with him
bed or
not doing
whatever.
that.
Yeah, what do you got to say about that?
No, that was by far a weak moment. And I was very, I guess, disappointed with how I responded to things, but I just know being there, I just shut down. And I don't really have an excuse, whether it's the sleep or the whatever I was going through, but I just shut down. And I told her that and I apologized like 2 hours about it. But yeah, no, I definitely just shut down. It was definitely one of my weaker moments. I wish I could have been there for her, but I wasn't. And I just have to own that. Like I shut down and I wasn't.
He's a
Yeah, listen,
bitch.
again, I'm not trying to make excuses for you, but I
Yeah.
think one thing that people don't see on that show is the emotional and mental fatigue that all of you are dealing with 24/7.
Yeah.
You got no support system. Like, yeah, you get avocado toast, but I'm sure it's just, you just do not have the comforts of home. But anyways, you said you apologized for 2 hours. Is that what you said, or did I understand
Well,
you correctly?
yeah, we had a conversation the next day, I think, in the speakeasy for like 2 to 3 hours about like
About
just like
what?
word. Like I apologize. She basically was like for the first 2 hours, actually for all of it, it was like 2 or 3 hours, honestly, like maybe even four. But it was just like me apologizing for not showing up. How can we move forward? And then her just saying she's hurt the whole time. Like there was no, because I'm a conflict. One,
Boring. That's what I would have told it. Yo, like I'm not even on this, but like, bro, if someone's talked 2 to 3 hours, how many times can I say sorry, bro? Before I just like
He's better than me, bro.
he better. He's
I
he better than a lot
apologize
of niggas,
once, and
bro.
you just keep telling me how I'm hurt, bro.
Like, bro, I get it. This is why I'm apologizing. I apologize for a reason. I felt bad about what I did to you. How I made you feel. 2 3 hours more of it's not fair. How could you? Why did you?
I'm gonna
Not
apologize,
going for that,
validate your
bro.
feelings, and then I want to
Not at
conflict
all.
resolute, or at least try working towards that. But really, the conversation, the speaking is just about
My last relationship was
um,
like Hell
just
no.
how she felt. And
Hey,
Yeah,
off
to that
stream, I need
point,
to hear
I
about
hear what
that.
you're
You never
saying. It
even
was,
give
I
me a
mean,
story
my
Oh
time.
yeah.
my frustrations
Hey,
with
bro.
Huda, like I'm always trying to
Full
watch
of
it
death.
like with this empathetic lens and like, just
yeah,
I don't know, like again, I was on The Bachelor long ago, so like I have empathy for
yeah.
all you guys and I know what it's like to, watch something back and be like, you don't understand, like and shit like that. But watching Huda, it was just like, to your point, like it's tough in a relationship where the person you're in conflict with, like every response is about their feelings. Cause like we're all entitled to our feelings. I get it. But like I don't feel the same as you. So like how can
Mhm.
we better understand? And it was always just about her feelings. Like I guess what I'm asking is like everything we saw in terms of her doing that, that felt very, that's how you felt in the villa. Like that wasn't editing or anything, like
Yeah.
like them taking like 2 times Huda talking about her feelings. Like was that a theme with Huda where she would constantly center her feelings when you guys were dealing with conflict?
Yeah,
I feel like
respectfully.
women
Yeah,
just do
it's
that
hard because
in
I don't really like
general, though.
badmouth her, but respectfully, yeah.
Like probably. It's a good majority.
Cause I mean, I've seen that in multiple relationships of mine where it's like they just kind of like they'll express their feelings and they see it as them being like emotionally in tune and like mature and all this, but really all you're doing is just projecting how you feel onto me and not really listening and taking heed to how I might have viewed the situation from my perspective. You're just telling me how you felt and how it hurt you, and you're not hearing nothing that I'm saying about why I acted or moved the way I moved. You're just upset and focused on why you were upset and communicating why you were upset, but not really also receiving how I felt in that same situation. So I can,
You
you know
got
what I'm
that
saying?
Hall of Fame brick wall.
Yeah, facts,
Look,
bro. It's like you got Hall of Fame Intimidator, bro. All you do is
Yes, it
just
is a lot of.
hear you.
fucking you. That God. I'm catching flashbacks, bro.
Even
I'm
I can
catching
say speaking to
flashbacks.
We all
girls,
go through it,
and they
bro.
all
We all
said
go
this
through
when
it.
they talked to her. It was like, yeah, respectfully, it's a lot of I. In any conversation, it's a lot of I. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and listen, I get it. And I'm asking the questions. I know you
yeah,
want to be a
yeah.
gentleman here, but like I think again, like
Yeah.
Did he just little bro him? He was like, I get it. I asked the questions here, buddy. You're going off on a tangent. Shut your ass up, nigga.
that's why we watch these.
He definitely did.
You
All
just
right,
little
bro. I'm
bro,
not trying.
bro.
I'm not trying to hear that. Like I'm, bro. Like,
That's exactly what bro said. He was like, yeah, bro. All right, I'm not trying to hear that gentleman bullshit, bro. Let's get on to the next
Shows. We
question.
appreciate that. Like
hey, bro, you out the villa. No one's gonna get in your head. You're on the podcast, nigga. We want the juice.
yeah, bro. Like,
We
I
want
don't
the
care about
energy.
all that.
you're clearly not coming in here to like talk shit, and things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But so I do appreciate you being upfront and trying to walk
Yeah,
delicately
he's
with
little
these
broing, bro.
answers.
He's little
That being
broing,
said,
bro.
like if Huda were here, right? Like, what do you think her response would be? And I guess
You're a bitch. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. You bitch ass. You're lying. What the fuck? You're lying.
it's like, what is your optimism that Huda's
100%.
gonna come out of this and kind of like be like, oh shit, like I kind of see what other people are seeing now, or I see what Jeremiah is seeing. Do you think she has that self-awareness and that ability to grow, or do you think it's going to be a challenge for her when she gets out?
I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say yes. I think maybe when she watches it back, she'll realize like everything, almost everything she said was rooted in I, or I maybe did this, or I might have been toxic, or I might have done this. So yeah, I think she'll come out of here and see some things. I know that I'm seeing some things about myself too. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that I hope she can come out of here and see some things where it's like, oh shit, okay, maybe that was kind of crazy.
Initially, when America matched you with Iris, it was like her narrative, at least what we saw, was her being like, yeah, you must be doing shit behind my back, Jeremiah, because America's
Yeah,
trying to protect me. Now, granted, like in
yeah,
fairness to Huda, like Alandria, I think
America
like
was
kind of
not
like
trying to protect you,
planted
bitch. We
that
did
yeah.
not
seed.
like
Obviously,
you.
the girl.
I don't
He
know
just didn't
what
like you.
I was saying. I don't
He's
know what she like. But that's one
trying to
thing
save.
that pissed me off at her confessional. She's saying talking about America must be seeing something that I just wasn't seeing. That's why they, bro. No, we just don't like you.
We
You're
was trying to
you're
spare
you're
Jeremiah.
annoying and selfish, bro.
Fucking annoying.
We're trying to help this man.
Selfish,
He's just
self-centered,
blinded. We're trying to help him.
egotistic, narcissistic. All the big ass words in the book. Like,
Anybody trying to help your ass? We trying to help him
we do not care. We do not give a fuck about you. Never
at
did,
all,
never have.
at all.
Maybe now a little bit, cause that ass. Motherfucker was moving. That
Yeah.
twerk competition.
Yeah,
had
after I seen her land on her back and she like lifted her ass off the ground and was
that's
shaking,
what
that shit.
that's exotic dance
I've
stripper shit.
never seen nothing like that, bro. When she hit that
That
move, I
motherfucker was
was like,
moving.
oh, okay, all
I
right.
thought she had one of them hard rock gym booties.
Yeah, that's what I thought until that one happened.
Jello.
Megan came in, we started
Jello.
seeing their other talents, and I was like, oh, okay.
God, show off for Megan there. Do what y'all gotta do.
I don't
Those
know
were
who else
just
they
like
need to
having
bring.
her back and like, but
Yeah.
she really took that bait, so to speak. And then again, is that how it felt in the villa? Like how much of that 4-hour or 2-hour fight conversation was her trying to like, trying to figure out what you were doing wrong?
No, yeah, she said that. She was like, you're not doing the things you're supposed to be doing, and America saw that, and that's why they took you, and this, that, and the third. And like, she was like, when I make, after I say this, actually, I'm trying to be an asshole, but she was like, when I say cute comments, you make faces and people see that. But the cute comments are jokes about kids or marriage. So she'll say a joke about kids or marriage, and I'll be like, what? Like, da 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 da. And she'll take that as me not liking her as much as she likes.
Finally,
Psycho. She's a fucking psycho.
finally, it came out. Like, bro, we knew she was crazy. I knew she was crazy after she was stalking on all this man combos with the guys, hiding behind corners and shit.
Hiding behind corners and shit. I think, bro, for me is when she Irish came in and she was kissing him and she turned her head around and said, "Keep moving, bitch."
Oh,
Keep
when
moving.
she was when she was chained,
chained up on the
handcuffed, and
exit,
she was
yup.
like, keep it
picking her
moving,
back.
like, bro, yeah, no, she was wilding on that, man. I ain't gonna lie.
She's wilding for that.
To me. So I'm like, I already lost at that point. But yeah, it was just things like that. Like,
Yeah.
oh.
Okay. Yeah. She's like, she's talking about your wedding, and you're not responding the way you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Cause he ain't like her.
Before we move on from Huda, like I guess like what are your final thoughts on that relationships? Like any regrets? I know like you have no regrets, but like just being
Yeah.
a little bit more reflective.
Yeah.
How would you want people to like just feel about that relationship, or just make whatever thing clear for people who have a lot of opinions about your guys' relationship?
Okay. I would say one, it was very real and very genuine off the bat. It got a little toxic due to me not nipping in the bud the crazy expectations that she had set for me early. And then the communication at the end was just not being perceived well. When I was trying to de-escalate and she would kind of crash out. But at the end of the day, yeah, I just know that moving forward, like what I learned from it is not being intimate too soon. And then when I feel something about this is moving way too fast, instead of just like dealing with it or trying to be Superman because I like the girl, to be like, whoa, like I'm not comfortable with this. But at the end of the day, it was very real, and like we still have a lot of love for each other. But yeah, just our communication styles, I'll just say that, are a little different.
Okay. Lately, I've definitely been not just
Free promo, no free promo, no free promo, no free promo.
Ingredients and
No free promo. Damn, long ass ad. Damn, two?
He must be getting a
Enough.
bag. Man,
He's
did 3
getting money
promos in
dumped
one
off
video.
the island. You guys actually, you had a final conversation, and she said that she truly thought that she was going to end up with you. Do you feel like if you had not got dumped, that she was going to still try to pursue you and end up with you?
100%.
It's
Duh.
hard to say. Honestly, it wouldn't have mattered for me because the stuff she'd been saying about me, that's the thing that really like took me out of it, was that night that we got recoupled, that she was calling me,
Wasn't the shit she
a bitch
said.
and a liar.
And Drina
if I made a
Fine
face,
came
shove it in
on
my
the
face.
show, and
I
he
just
was
don't
like,
believe
hold
it. That's
on.
Did a full 360. Huda, you was just a place.
She was just a placeholder, bro. You just love bombing her, bro. You just
Now I
love
actually
bombing
got
her.
some shit that I really want.
Bro, literally, as soon as she came on the show, he was like, "Oh yeah, she's my type. Like foreign shit, thick, pretty. Look, like literally, bro. As soon as she came on the show, he was like, "Oh, I need that." He was about to do the same thing. He might not love bombed her because he might have actually legitimately
He
wanted
might
her.
have literally been like a legit. This shit would have been legitimate. Like he actually.
But nah, he had to get up out of there. I don't blame the guys for voting him up out of there. I ain't gonna
Nah,
lie.
bro, he did. Bro, Jeremiah.
Get him up out of there.
Bro, it was her third night, second night. It was already tonguing.
Get him up.
was
Get him
already
up
tonguing
out
outside
of
the
there.
challenges, bro.
Exactly, bro. Get him up out of there.
Niggas just jealous, bro.
Get him up
Ace
out of
mad.
there.
Ace mad. Ace mad as fuck because he's fucking dick height. That's first and foremost. The nigga's dick height. Taylor's following along with his butt buddy. And Nick is a bitch. That's all it is. And then got the nerve to say, yeah, bro, none of this is personal, bro. None of this is personal.
No, it was 100% personal. 100%.
All of this shit is personal. What are we talking about?
100% personal. Like,
The
couldn't have
same
got
way
more
you
personal.
tongued your man's girl down, you snaked your man and tongued her down. Talk about, I think this is a connection we always need to explore, bro. You know damn well that wasn't gonna work.
He just
She's
seen
from
some
the deep
fun shit.
south. She been saying I want a southern man, aka black, the whole time.
He is a southern man. He's from.
No, bro, Florida is the South, but Florida is not the South. Like, especially Palm Beach County, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
we're
consider
not
this
the
like
South.
we're
not
not
the
like
South.
Georgia, Alabama, you know what I'm saying, Mississippi. This shit ain't the South. This shit is a different place.
No, but you know it is the South in Florida, like like all the Panhandle. That's the
Yeah,
South. Like
yeah,
Ocala,
all
all
shit.
that. Like
Fuck
that's
that
the
shit. I
that's
need
the
it.
South.
Jacksonville,
Yeah, that's the
all that
South.
shit.
They're
For
very
sure.
country. Down here,
got-
nah, we ain't South at all.
Nah, bro,
We're not country at all.
not country at all, man. Our own place.
How I treat people. Like I don't do that to people. So I was like, once I heard that, it was like no matter what she said, it was kind of over with. Even though I tried a couple more times just to see what was going on, but I don't think she would have honestly. Actually, I'm capped because she did until I don't know how much y'all saw, but literally every day up until I left, she would try to talk to me or kiss me or do something like that. So honestly, maybe, but
Man,
I
talking
don't
about
know
some
what bombshells
maybe.
it would have brought in for her, but I don't know honestly.
Trying to be
Probably
politically
maybe.
correct, bro.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, and
The camera's on him. He's PR trained.
I want to move on from Huda,
He's
but
too
No, you're
PR
good.
trained.
that night that you match up with Iris, where Huda like got out of her bed and sat in the hallway, and the next
Oh,
morning you were like,
bad.
"Hey, I'm sorry, I couldn't go to you." What did you mean by that when you apologized to her that you like couldn't go there? And I'm glad you didn't because it felt like she was like, playing, running game.
what I'm saying,
and just
bro.
like wanted you to go out there and chase her. But like, what did you mean that you couldn't go out there?
Like once we're in our beds, we're supposed to stay in our beds. I think I can
Gotcha.
say that. Like once we're in our beds for the night, you stay in your beds for the night. You don't go to other people's beds or, essentially.
Understood. That makes sense.
Is that a rule?
That being said, do you think she?
Maybe by love, but they be getting up all the time.
That's
So
what I'm
I
saying.
don't-
Like, is that a rule? I don't know if that's. I feel like that's cap. Because Ace didn't sleep in his bed for a good week.
That's what I'm saying. They probably do like things, but at the end of the day, it's a reality TV show, so they just let it slide because it keeps shit juicy. I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
Who is hoping that you would not abide by those rules?
Yeah, there was a lot of times we almost got in trouble for like some rule breaking stuff. But yeah,
For
it's hard
fucking.
to say because I'm like, I want to be there for her, but then that was the
Punch
same
you,
night
man.
I heard all those crazy things she said about me. So I was just like, that's where I kind of draw the line. Like I already been so patient in my opinion for some things. So, but when you're calling me out my name to your friends, like screaming I'm a bitch to your friends, I'm just like, I can't do that.
Okay.
Like, I can't.
One last final Huda question. America got to see Huda talk a lot of shit about like some of the women, like Amaya and then Iris when she
Then
came
be
in. Were
friends
you
with
guys
them.
aware of like how she was like talking shit about like the bombshells when they came in? Is it like a threat to you?
Yeah, no, day one of Amaya, she definitely told me how much she did not like her because she made a comment about me or something. Because it's like half scary, half cute. I'm like, oh, you really care about me, but oh shit, okay, that's kind
You're
of
crazy.
that you're doing all that.
Crazy.
Yeah, she definitely let it be known day 1 and 2 that Amaya was there. She did not like Amaya, and then not too much about Iris. Honestly, I can't remember if she said too much to me about Iris, but I just know like my first conversation with Iris, I kind of shut it down. Like I was like, oh, me and her are really good, da 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 da. But I don't remember her talking too much shit about Iris to me. But I
Okay.
could be wrong. I don't
All right.
remember it.
Oh, and then like the S&M date where she was like, "All right, lock it up," when you were making out with the bombshell. Like, did you
Oh
see
my
that as like
God.
her like fucking around, or like did that feel like she?
Nah,
being
she was dead
hypocritical?
ass.
Yeah, no,
She was dead
that-
ass.
See, these are the cracks where like I didn't fully recognize because I'm so worried about some other shit. But like just things like that where it's like not even a double standard, but just like scary shit like her. Like I just watched the episode yesterday, like her like doing that crazy shit.
We
was,
was
like,
just talking about
not
that.
even cute.
Literally, bro, it's just
Dating for
nuts.
like months into relationship or like closed up, you know what I'm saying? But like her like going crazy with the two guys and then me like me and Iris is barely kissing and she's like, all right. She said like, all right, bitch, hurry it up or something. Like that to me, I'm just watching it back and I'm just like, okay, yeah, this is
Yeah.
not healthy. This is not healthy at all.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the boys for a second. America has
Let's
a
go.
lot of opinions. Before we get
Let's
to the
get to
boys,
it.
I want to play you something that I thought was like it's gone viral. This is essentially how America feels about the men who voted you off. I want you to watch this clip and then we'll go.
I don't know. I wouldn't say America. We'll say part of
Hit it, Lord.
America.
Snitches and rats are not the same thing. Let me break it down and make sure y'all see what I mean. A snitch is someone minding other folks' business. to find information they can sell for a price or trade for some other
Yes.
compensation. A rat is a trader.
Yes. Yes.
Planner or physical participator. He doesn't sell secrets for power or cash. He betrays the trust of his team
Oh my
or his
god.
family, hoping to save his own cowardly ass. The difference is, at least a snitch is human, but a rat is a fucking rat.
God.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Bro.
Nick might really be a rat for
Bro,
real. Cause I ain't
Nick is
even
a
peep
fucking
how he really
rat.
ratted out Jeremiah, and then went and backdoored Taylor. Like I ain't gonna lie, he's kind of wild for that one.
Bro, he's weird, bro.
Nick
and my
is kind of
nigga,
wild, bro. I'm
that's
not
weird
gonna
as
lie,
fuck,
bro.
bro.
Now I'm really starting to piece stuff together, bro. Nick
This
is
is what
kind
I've
of
been trying to
wild,
tell you
bro.
this whole time,
Nah,
bro.
yeah, I had to see it. I had to see it in video, bro.
He's so
Cause
weird,
nah, bro. I don't even look at. I never really looked at Ace in a bad light. I never really cared. But
Nah,
Nick,
Ace just like having another nigga dick in his mouth. That's all
nah.
it is. He just be dick eating. Nick, backdoor,
No,
grimy,
he's a KTV
sneaky.
specialist. He's like
Literally, bro.
back
He's
doors
Spetsnaz, bro.
wide
Like he's
open.
this is SEAL Team 6.
Yeah,
He got that, bro.
Yeah,
He got that.
yeah, bro.
The real numbers?
Yeah, man, that's
King Pure, appreciate the follow, gang.
I know it's got like millions of views. It only got 800,000 likes. But you and Nick were boys.
Nigga, was that the Metro Boomin intro?
What?
With the Metro Boomin on his thing with heroes and villains. Hold on, give me a second. Who's calling me? No,
No?
I'm streaming, bro.
That was just I don't know what that was. I don't know what you would consider that. That was just a regular sound to me. Just regular. Bidding, bidding, bidding. Let's see what my video doing on TikTok right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Damn, I'm almost at 10K.
You said what?
I'm almost at 10K.
On the TikTok?
Yes, bro. And I got 8 followers.
They done banned me on reproduce content. This article explains how unoriginal content policy is for you. Am I banned?
They done banned you? Banned you on what? TikTok?
TikTok live. Can't do TikTok live. Whatever, bro.
They probably ban my shit too. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really care though. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
I don't care. I don't care.
This shit almost at 7K right now.
Let me say, Lord, the Alpha's apologizing.
We don't accept this apology. I'm calling y'all national. Damn. Am I the only one that was happy for Taylor and Clark?
Yes. Dot.
Dang, you should go ahead and slide in a couple of these DMs, bro.
I might. Javide, twin, Javide.
Back to the video.
When he left, he called you like his best friend. You were the one. He was the one guy that like Huda greenlight you, like, you know, telling Huda was a mom.
Yeah.
You know, basically to break it down for you, America feels like, you know, Ace was like the ringleader of like that cliquey group of Nick and Taylor.
Let me say, yep.
Nick certainly like had his moments, but like, you know, clearly, again, you're a great looking guy. You clearly.
Yo, that's like the 4th time he done called him fine shit.
Yeah, nah, bro. He's I ain't gonna lie, he's dick eating, bro. Like I think he wants to be Huda low key.
He wants to be Huda. Hop off, bro. That's why your wife ain't here. That's why you acting like that.
Facts. And he just gotta sit there and play with his wedding ring.
You seem to be
time.
independent. Like you're not a follower. It seemed like you made friends with the guys, but like you weren't like trying to be a clique. And it really felt like we were watching a clique of men. And listen, like you got to like, you hooked up with Huda, whatever. Maybe you didn't like make the right moves, but whatever. And then like Andrina comes in, the bombshell, like obviously a gorgeous woman. Like a lot of guys were attracted to her. Like she liked you. And it honestly felt like when they got a chance to like get the best competition off the island, because it's like you got first dibs and they were like getting leftovers. They took that chance, friend or not, and they voted your ass out. Like,
I don't
do you see
necessarily
it
agree
any
with
differently than America?
No, not at all.
Man, bro, they literally watched him. They were tonguing each other down happily. Not on no love bombing shit. He didn't love bomb her yet. They was just talking. They were just talking, having convos. We don't even know if it was gonna get to that point. The whole villa seen them kiss, and you vote him out the next day, knowing he has a potential connection. This is
No,
Love Island. Nigga. What you doing?
my thing is, I don't think they voted him out for that. Like, I don't think they were jealous of that connection and they voted him off. I think they voted him off for the same reason I would have voted him off too for doing the same thing. I'm looking at him like, bro, you literally were just with her. You literally just locked in on her day one. Soon as you met her, y'all sped into like this relationship. The shit became toxic, and now look at y'all. Then he did the same exact thing. He
didn't.
met
What
Andrina.
was
They
he supposed to
sped
do?
into it. They kissing. They being all extra romantic and telling each other all this crazy stuff and doing all this
But
extraness.
they weren't.
Get up out of
closed
here,
off.
bro. Get up out of here, bro.
There wasn't anything crazy going on. They didn't talk about anything crazy.
Get up
They
out of
weren't.
here,
They
bro.
weren't closed off. Andrina was very much still having conversations with other people.
Get up out of here, bro. She was having conversations with other people, so how are they jealous of him if she was still exploring her options too? How are they jealous in that fact?
Well, I'm saying, fuck what he talking about. I'm talking about the fact that they voted him off, knowing that there's potential there, which makes no sense, but kept fucking Austin, who was single.
But Austin, think about Austin.
Go ahead, nigga. Go ahead and try to defend Austin right
Think
now,
about
bro.
Austin, bro. Austin
Let me
should
hear what
have
you gotta say,
never
bro.
even been in that predicament in the
Exactly.
first place, bro. Austin
Exactly.
should have been gone.
He should have been gone, bro.
To me, it should have been out of.
Nigga been gay. Nigga should have been gone, bro.
Nah,
What the
I look
fuck?
you do think it bro is gay too. I'm not gonna lie, bro. But that's neither here nor there. But
Like,
still,
nah.
bro, it's like, bro, like.
that shit's sick.
It
bro.
was when that happened. I got voted off. I wanted to just like say my piece, but I was just like, I just wasn't the time to do that. And I'm not one. to
At that
just
point,
talk
you're
shit
off the
about someone,
island.
So it was just.
I was about to say, you're leaving the show. You might as well have.
I would've
heartbreaking,
aired
but
their
just,
ass
like,
out.
betrayal. Like y'all told me for 2 weeks to go and hoop. I start hooping. You know what I'm saying?
Not even bring out ball lingo.
Everybody say
really
y'all
take
told me
the
to
right
start
thing,
hooping.
Andrina.
I'm hooping.
Now it's an issue. Now you calling a foul on every play I do.
What? Now
Like,
you
what?
calling the
Like,
travel?
we're doing friendship, best friends first. I'm doing. Our values are finally lining up, and then they still kick me off. I was like, yeah, they're just not. Them's not my peoples, is all I can say. Them's not my peoples for real.
So, like, I guess with Nick, right? Like,
Yeah.
how quickly did you realize he wasn't the best friend that you thought he was early on? Like,
Fucking
how
hate Nick.
obvious was it to you that this was a very
Nick,
cliquey group of
KTB
men?
specialist.
Oh shit! Probably the first week, honestly. But the thing is, at the same time, we had so many good moments. Like they were so funny. So it'd be times where I'm like, the clique would kind of disband for a little bit, and then some shit would go down. It would get right back to it, and I'm like, fuck! I thought we were over this. And me and Nick had so many good chats about like our friendship and stuff outside of this. But at the end of the day, it was kind of just like Nick and Taylor just really, respectfully followed whatever Ace said. And yeah, that's what.
You know what else I'm learning? They throwing around this like, you're my brother, like that brother, my best friend word too loosely.
Yeah, bro. They met these niggas a week ago, bro. It's not your brother for life. Love you, bro. Like, bro, y'all just met each other, bro.
Y'all just met each other, bro. Stop being weird.
Think about, sorry, not off topic, but like Taylor never actually said anything to me about a lot of nothing. But then watching it back, he's had a lot to say, but about me, but not to me. So that would also caught me off guard because I didn't think he was
Bro,
like
these
me.
niggas
But
are not your
long story
friends.
short, I think I just wanted Nick to be. It was more one-sided than I thought. Like I was like, that's my guy, but then his actions were showing otherwise, and I kind of was just like, at the end of the day, I was like, okay, bro.
How did you feel about Nick the next day after you left the island? Like, said something like, well, like there's a lot of opportunity now,
Oh, I didn't even know
available.
that.
Yeah, it was some reference to that. Like, how does that make you feel?
KTB
I mean, I knew what it
specialist.
was. Like he pulled me aside and tried to talk to me, and I was just being respectful because I knew if I snapped, I wouldn't have snapped. But like if I lost my cool, then I would have been boom, boom, boom. Like I mean,
You
at the end of the
should've.
day, like I'm not gonna lie, like the first 2 days I was gone, I was pretty pissed because I thought those were my guys. But then like the smart thing to do was vote me off because they seen I was hooping. Like the bombshell.
But you were not hooping.
He was hooping, bro.
He was
He
not
was
hooping, bro. He was not
That
hooping.
nigga
bro.
was hooping,
He
bro.
was not hooping, bro. That man was on her the nuts for the entire show until she finally started showing his crazy side. Then he locked me in Andrina, bro. He was not hooping, bro. He had two holes the whole show.
That's what he's talking. He's not talking about the whole show. He's talking about the end with Andrina. He was
still
hooping with
wasn't
Andrina.
hooping, bro. He had 2
He was
hoes the
hooping.
whole show, bro.
You just hating, nigga.
Everybody
You
else
dick
talked to
hating.
more
You
hoes
dick
than
hating
him.
right
Do you
now,
think-
bro.
Except for
right now.
Taylor. Taylor, the only person that talked to less people. Even Austin talked to like 3-4 different hoes, bro. If you're such a great looking guy and all these guys are so jealous of you, why you wasn't bagging all the bitches on the thing?
He ain't want to, bro.
I don't want to hear it.
He found his shit.
I don't
He thought
want to
he
hear it.
found his shit. He
I
ain't
don't
want
want.
to.
I don't want
It
to hear it.
was like Nick
Sound like
and
Ace, nigga.
that voted you
I don't
off, or
wanna
do you
hear
think
it.
Ace was
I'm on
really,
Ace side. I take Ace
like,
side
the
in
ringleader
this
and really
predicament,
driving
100%.
that conversation?
Crazy.
Oh man, it's so hard to say because Ace has always been like the ringleader driving the conversation. They kind of just like, yeah, he's right. So honestly, I
Facts.
don't know.
Facts.
It was probably all 3 of them. I just know I knew there was a chance I was gonna leave, but I didn't think it would be me above Austin or Pepe.
I
But,
thought it was Bush League that Taylor delivered the news. I thought at least Ace would be man enough to
yeah,
like stand up.
exactly.
And
That they couldn't even look. And another thing that pissed me off was that when Jalen and Charlie left, like they all came in the room and explained to them why they voted. But for me, all I got was it wasn't personal and I love you. Like I didn't get a single like man to man word of why they voted it.
there's some fan theories out there that
shoulda asked.
because early on that actually
Because
Ace
he
had,
wasn't
had the hots for Hood.
hooping.
And in the
He
spirit
was
of like
hooping,
the
bro.
opposite of love is not
not
hate.
hooping, bro.
Even though he seemed to be very opinionated about Huda, I guess there's some like Instagram likes. He's been liking her page. I don't know if it's people running his account or from in the past. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, what do you have to say about the fans who think that like Ace kind of secretly has a thing for Huda?
I mean, he did kiss her during the blindfold challenge, so I can see that. And yeah, he just likes mess, which I get.
He's just a
But
messy
honestly,
little
maybe
nigga,
there
bro.
could be
He
truth
just
to it,
like that
'cause
shit.
He did kiss her for the
I
blindfold.
think that's
thing.
why I like him. He make the
And
show entertaining.
I honestly think ever since
That's probably
I
it.
curved Yalissa with the cheek kiss and he got stole, that he ain't like me because he got stolen from Shelly and he liked Shelly, so maybe that's where it started.
Because
Yeah,
they
I
knew
mean,
each other
clearly,
outside the
like,
villa because they're dating outside
if
the
you're
villa.
not gonna follow Ace, he's not comfortable with you doing your own thing. And like, yeah, it was just clear that you did not need his approval, the way that Taylor and Nick seemed to need it, and that clearly rubbed him the wrong way. Do you think he
His
will?
approval, I ain't
see
gonna lie, they
that
got
and
Ace
reflect
meat
and
in their
own up to
mouth.
that when he gets out of the villa? Or do
Bro,
you
that's
think
what
he'll
it
make
seems
some
like,
kind of
bro.
excuse.
Honestly, I think he'll just say that I
they
wasn't playing the
glazing
game
this
right
man.
or I wasn't doing Love Island right, and that's why he made the decisions he made. I think that's probably what he'll say.
Well, America knows it was his insecurity. So
Yep.
there's a
Yep.
lot of
Little man
a
syndrome.
lot of memes of
It's a real
I don't think
thing.
he was
not
insecure.
touching the ground floating around right now because they're mad that he sent you home. So if that makes you feel, I mean, I don't.
Plus,
You don't seem like a petty guy. We can be petty
The
for
thing
you.
is, bro, like it wasn't Ace only. They all voted him. Like, bro, like at the end of the day, no. At the end of the day, bro, you can't get mad at Ace for other niggas dick riding him, bro. It was a group vote. He voiced his opinion, and them boys hopped on his meat, and everybody's mad at Ace for them hopping on his meat. Why is nobody mad at Taylor and Nick and Austin for hopping on his meat?
First of all, Austin, irrelevant. I've always been Nick K. It's Nick K to the day I die.
Okay.
Taylor don't need my heat because the world is giving it to him right now.
That's true.
He don't need my heat. He got it already.
I'm going viral
And
off
Ace,
Taylor right now.
He just fuck. Bitch ass little short ass nigga. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Taylor don't need no more hate. I'm honestly starting to feel bad for him.
I don't feel
even
bad
got
at all. He did some dumb shit. He deserved everything he getting right now. No
That's
doubt.
crazy. I'm really feeling bad for that.
I don't feel bad at him at all.
voting. The next public voting.
Oh my gosh, he's grits.
God, he's out of here.
Either they're gonna vote that he like can't talk to Clark no more, or they're gonna get him up out of there. No doubt. Because
Like,
they never let the public vote people off the show. They just let us vote who gets coupled up together. So they're 100% gonna vote to get them uncoupled. Like that's gonna happen.
Nah,
So,
there's been on UK. They be voting for. They'll do the things called and I've seen in other seasons too. You vote for they call it vote for the most popular couple.
oh yeah, vote for you. Like you're right.
And
you're
the
right,
ones
you're
at the bottom, three, or even they did in UK one time. They voted for the least favorite couple.
No, they did that
They
on
just-
here. They did that on here.
Yeah,
They said vote for your favorite your favorite males and your favorite females, and that's how.
Nah,
that's
but
how
this one
Chicago
they're
got
talking
kicked out.
Nah, they're talking about couples.
Oh.
Like they'll vote for your favorite couple.
Oh well, yeah,
And
them
then
boys
the bottom three, it's either that and the bottom three are left to the Islanders or or the last one who's just not fucking with it at all is gone out of there. It's just,
Well, if that's the case, then they're gone.
they're gone, bro.
They're
Yeah, they
gone. Like, if they pull up that one, they're like, yep, America voted for the least favorite couple. Whoever is the least favorite couple is going home. They're gone.
they're gone.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
good.
America is really they're being like called like the Mean Girls, you know,
Yep.
Regina George, shit like
I'm
that. So
crying. No, I get it. I definitely get the Mean Girls reference. That's definitely what it felt like at the end for sure.
well, Ace, I really appreciate
Maybe
your
they call
time,
him
man.
Ace.
Is
Call him
there anything,
Ace?
Like I didn't get to ask you. I know you got.
You just call him Ace?
100% call. I'm telling you, bro, niggas just be meat munching Ace, bro. People don't really hate Ace. They just be meat munching because everybody just follow him. I think America is low key just jealous of Ace because they just be following the man and hopping on his dick. I don't think America really has a
like,
problem with
is there
Ace.
any like final thought? Oh, I called you Ace. Fuck, man, I got Ace in my head. Fuck, Jeremiah, I can't thank you enough for your time, man. Sorry, I just like I got Ace's like little feet just like in my mind dangling. I just I've
Telling
seen
you,
too
bro.
many memes of that guy.
He's literally
Ace's
glazing
little
this
Final
feet.
thoughts,
nigga.
man. How, you
He's
know,
glazing
just
the
what
man.
what can you leave us with? What if I didn't get to ask you anything that you want to make sure you get the word out? Like now's the time.
Yeah, well, I would say first and foremost, thank you so much for having me. This is like my first like doing anything like this, and so like thank you for just like even nothing but welcoming and like it generally feel like a conversation with the bro. So I want to thank you for that. Two, the Love Island team, crew, cast, like everybody was just phenomenal to work with. Like it was truly one of the most like just like not life changing, but just like once in a lifetime opportunities ever. So I just want to thank them for everything. And I wish nobody in the villa still the best, even though you did me dirty. I wish you the best. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's next.
All right, man. Well, I wish you nothing but the best. You seem like a really
Likewise.
stand-up guy who's like willing to look in the mirror and always make changes. I really appreciate your time. Do you think one like final question? Do you think there's
Yeah.
any couple right now that is currently existing that you has a chance of ending up together and winning Love Island?
Oh,
Who he about to
man.
say?
Honestly, I think that it was gonna be Pepe and Hannah, but I guess right now, I think
What
Pepe
the
and
fuck did he
Hannah,
just say? What
the
the
two
fuck?
biggest hoes on there.
What did he just say?
Like, he picked the biggest eater and the biggest thought on the show. Like, bro, what?
Jeremiah, that was a horrible take.
That just let me know that this man has just been up here spewing BS for the past hour of this video.
He did been bullshitting.
That just discredited everything he just said for the past hour. The past hour we just watching this video, bro. That just discredited everything, bro. Man say Pepe and
Landry
Hannah.
have a good shot at the
And
end
then
of
he
the day. I
said
think they have a
Taylor
good
and
shot.
Landria.
Okay. All right.
Shows he
Oh,
has
when-
no idea what he's talking about.
Hold on, what? This came out 3 days ago though.
I don't care.
Gotta get him. He had it. We gotta get him a little.
Nope,
slack, nigga.
nope.
Gotta get him a little.
Because
slack.
he's actually on the island. That means he's heard and seen different things that we haven't even seen.
Nah, bro. I'm telling you, they be shutting them. They be shutting their ass out. He said he still don't have his phone right now.
Oh, well.
He said in the beginning, he still don't have his phone at this point. They be shut. It be 0 dark 30 over there.
Great song, man.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremiah. I appreciate you. Oh, plug your socials so people can like follow you if they're not following you
All
already.
right, bro. No free promo. As much as I like Jeremiah, no free promo, gang. Fuck out of here. That was crazy.